thing that I thought about was, how did this happen? And of course, I asked a couple of neighbors, and they didn't really know much. But one of the folks that lives very close to me, who's a very smart man, Harvard-trained lawyer, I asked him, "Do you know what happened?" And he said, "Well, I can tell you what happened. I saw this fire when it was very small on the top of the hill." And I said, "How small?" And he basically opened his arms up, maybe the size of a small Christmas tree, and he says, "About that big." And I said, "You got to be kidding me. What time was that?" And he said that was at 5:35 p.m. And I didn't think much of it. In fact, when I first looked at it, he said, I wasn't even sure it was a fire. And I said, "Well, what was the first thing that came to mind after that?" And he said, "Arson." He's like, "There's nobody hiking at 5:35 on that finger trail, and there's no power lines. There are power lines in Runyon Canyon, but they're to the north." And he said, "That has to be deliberate." And that really got my attention. And he said, once it was, once it was lit, it grew very big, very fast. And so that was probably about 15 to 20 minutes before I actually got up to the apex of the canyon. So rather suspicious. Certainly would love more information as it develops, but makes you think, doesn't it?
It does, and as now we're looking at a live picture. This must be in Pacific Palisades, I'm guessing, that we're looking at this home burning.
Can we confirm the live picture on this? This is the Sunset Fire.
So this is the first, as far as I can tell, first thing that we've seen in terms of a structure actually burning because of the Sunset Fire. And this particular structure here looks pretty well involved here. So that is, we don't see the
Can you tell what street it's on?
Flames. It's hard for me to tell from this particular image. I don't know if you can see our screen. You may be able to help us here. But we don't see those massive flames that we saw a couple hours ago, but the fact that we actually do see at least one structure burning is not good news, and you worry about the winds that are created with this and embers and all the rest of that. So we didn't completely get out of the woods with this particular fire here. So that is a tough to see as we get closer there. You can see, looks like a pretty large, probably a house there.
Yeah, I mean, these are what the homes, many of them, look like in the Hollywood Hills. They are massive properties sloped on those hillsides. And so, yes, to your point, Alex, this is the first one that we've really seen ignite. And you see on the upper right-hand corner, left-hand corner, pardon me, it looks like some palms there are also on fire as well.
Yeah. So not what we wanted to see in terms of this thing, in terms of an update there. Thank you so much for your perspective and for sending us that video, and hope you're able to stay safe tonight.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was Brian Norgard joining us, who shot some pretty incredible water drop images from the Sunset Fire that we're looking live at.